Alright, photographers, real talk. You ever spent hours retouching skin, dodging, burning, cleaning tiny little specks that no one even notices? Yeah, me too. Now, imagine this. You press a button and boom, it takes care of the rest. Not plasticky, not fake, just clean, natural, pro level. Sounds too good to be true, right? So this is not a drill. This is a plugin called Retouch for Me, and I've been using this plugin for some time now, and I mean a couple of years now, on real weddings, bridal preps, pre-wedding photo shoots, engagement shoots, you name it, all of it. And honestly, they've saved me so much time. So what is Retouch for Me? It's an AI powered Photoshop plugin for photographers, and I'll be honest with you, I had already bought most of these plugins with my hard-earned cash, like a proper mug. And then one day I get an email from Retouch for Me like, hey Gaurav, we would like to give you access to our plugins for an honest review. Yeah, and I'm there thinking like, mate, I've already given you half my editing budget. But jokes aside, it was kind of perfect because I was already using them in my editing process before Retouch for Me even knew I existed. So yeah, this video is sponsored, but yeah, I was already obsessed with the Retouch for Me plugins anyway. Just ask my bank balance. So let me give you a little bit of in-depth about Retouch for Me and why I specifically use them, because I have used other plugins before, Photoshop plugins to be specific. And the reason why I've stuck with Retouch for Me is one, because they let you try them out. On their website, you can actually go on their website right now. It will have like a demo feature, so you can try out on your photos to see what they look like, what it does to your photos, but you can't save them, if you know what I mean. I mean, rightly so, you have to buy the plugins for it to do that. So you can try them out. So I was able to do that and see the difference it made to my editing style. And I was instantly blown away, because a lot of the things that these plugins do, I can do on Photoshop anyway. The only difference is it will take me hours as opposed to seconds. And with Retouch for Me, they have different types of plugins. For example, skin tone balancing, dodge and burn, they've got dust removal, they've got portrait volume, they've got loads, they've got absolutely loads. And like I said, I have bought most of them to make my life easier. For example, they've got a plugin for skin mattifier. And you know when sometimes where you get shiny skin, or the flash fires and it gives that shine, especially on like female skin, it doesn't look quite flattering. So you have this plugin that will remove that shine for you, and you can control the level of shine you want to remove. How great is that? Now you can do that manually, and I have been previously doing that manually in Photoshop, but with a click of a button, it's a no-brainer. All right, I'm just gonna load up a photo I recently captured on a pre-wedding photo shoot. And this one's really important, and I'm gonna show you why. So just to show, I'm not using any tricks or anything. I've not edited this photo at all. It's completely out the camera, and all I'm going to do really is I'm just gonna bump up the exposure just tiny bit, only a little bit, just about there. And then what I'll also go and do is I can go and crop it a little bit just here, so we're focusing on the bride's face a little bit more. There we go. Right, okay, I'm gonna open that photo in Photoshop. Here it is. And this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to filter, and as you can see, I use loads of different plugins, so it's not that I'm new to the Photoshop plugin scene. I have been using quite a few of them, and these are the Retouch for Me plugins I've got. But more importantly, I wanna focus on dodge and burn. So I'm gonna go to dodge and burn plugin in Retouch for Me, and watch what it does instantly to the face. Look at that. Right, and I'm on blend 140, so I can actually toggle this slider back and forward. I can see how much effect this actually has on the photo. And if I go to 126, this is the before and after. So I can just, let me just zoom in a little bit more so you can see before and after. Look at the difference, look at that. That's just magic. And it's not like it's pasty, creamy skin. It's not done that. It's not destroyed the picture. And you can tell because, and this is why this photo specifically is important, because had this been any other plugin, it would have smoothed over the hair that you can see that's in front of a face. Can you see that? And it's not done that anywhere. So I'm just gonna go to apply, and there it is. Now, what I can also do is I can obviously duplicate this layer and apply it on a new layer. I can use the blend mode to decrease it, bring it back. But look at that, guys, just to begin with, just as one plugin, just the dodge and burn plugin. Look what that's done to the photo. And this time in Photoshop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an even quicker way of doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this little panel here that I already have installed. Now I have these plugins installed on device. You can get the cloud version, so you can work on the credit-based system where they can give you a certain amount of free retouch. Well, you get 20 free retouch credits, but you can buy more credits to retouch. But I've got the plugins installed because I bought them outright. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of these, heal, dodge and burn, portrait volume, let's go to eye brilliance, and then I can retouch them all in one go without even having to open any other panel. So I can, if I go to retouch now, that will take some time, it will work through it, still doing it, and that's it, it's done. So it hasn't taken, that was in real time, guys, I haven't sped anything up, and it's actually retouched everything all in one go. So let me just give you a before and after. I'm just going to quickly zoom in and give you, this is the before, this is the after. Now you might call that over the top, and you can see one other thing what it's done, it's actually removed her bindi on her head, which I quite like, but you can bring that back. So if I go to the heel, because I know it's gone to the heel, it probably thinks that's one of the spots. So if I can go to the heel, mask, and bring that back, I can just mask that out. There we go. So let's just go to the before and after. And now some of you might think this is a little bit over the top. What we can do is we can actually group them all together, which what I do sometimes, and then I can bring that back down, and I can really fiddle around with the amount of effect I actually want to be applied to the whole image. Or what I can do is, let's just undo that, I can go to these individual layers and I can tone it back down. So I can say, look, portrait volume, I don't want it that much because it makes it look like that she's applied extra makeup where she hasn't. We wanted the more natural look. So I'm just going to bring that back down here. Dodge and burn, that's before, that's after. That's a massive, massive, massive difference. So I'm just going to bring that down to about 60%. And let's just go to the before and after now. That's before, that's after. That's before, that's after. Let me just zoom in for you. Let me just show you how much of a difference it makes. You can still see the pores on her skin there. And what the healing does is, as you can see, it does actually remove some of the hair. So I'm just going to tone down the healing. And if I go to before and after, you can still see the pores in her skin. That's amazing. This is like any other plugin that I've ever used. Like with most other, I could show you other plugins that would just like paste, make the skin all pasty, but this one actually doesn't, and I quite like that. I like natural looking portraits. I like creating portraits that don't look like they've been retouched, if you know what I mean. And if you feel like you missed a step, you can always go to another one. So for example, fabric, I can always press play on fabric individually. I don't have to select all of them, and there you go, it's just applied the fabric plugin. Let's just go into layers. Here it is. That's before, that's after, and you can instantly see before it's bringing a little bit of attention to his arm, but if I press after, it takes it away, like it smooths out the creases. That's just unbelievable. And if you still think that's not quick enough, I'm going to show you an even quicker way of doing it. So you can actually batch process all of your photos in one go. So they've released this actual app or software, whatever you want to call it, called Retouch For Me Arms. And they're releasing constant updates. Every time I open it, they've got new updates, which is great. You can actually drag and drop the photos in here, which is what I'm going to do. And this is after exporting from Lightroom, guys. So you don't have to, you can make the basic adjustments in Lightroom, and you can drag and drop the photos in here. You can select the ones that you want, and you can just literally say, I want to heal, mattify, dodge and burn, skin tone. And you can move these sliders as to how much dodge and burn you want to impact the photos and so on. And what you can do is once you've done selecting all the photos, you can actually press export and it will batch process of all the photos. Just go away, have a cup of coffee or whatever, watch a movie, come back and it will be done. So you don't have to sit there in Photoshop one photo at a time doing this. You can do it all in one go. Look, I'm still doing natural edits on the key shots, but with 90% of my gallery, I've used it on full wedding sets, family shots, and even corporate headshots. And the best thing about it, consistent results, easy to batch process. And on top of that, it doesn't replace your editing style, it embraces it. So you can go ahead and apply all the filters that you want and you can add this on top. It doesn't change anything else on top. If you're a solo shooter juggling like 100 things, you know how it is. And this is your secret weapon. So yeah, these plugins aren't cheap, but the results it gives you, it's well worth the time saved. And you don't have to go out and buy them outright. They do have a credit-based system where you can try them out. And if you're ready to make that purchase, I've got a discount code for you and I will link it in the description below. Also, full transparency, I get a small kickback when you purchase through that code, but I only promote tools that I actually use myself and rate. So yeah, Retouch for Me has kind of become part of my editing toolkit now. So whether you're drowning in edits or just want more time away from the screen, this might be a game changer. If you found this video helpful, do drop a like and hit the subscribe button for more behind the scenes tips. And do let me know in the comments, which plugin do you want to try first? Are you already using Retouch for Me? What did you think of it? Or better yet, which plugin should I try next?